Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution.
And thank you for joining us here this morning on The Female Solution. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. Today we have an awesome sister, phenomenal woman who is author of many books, and her name is, I'm so excited I can't even contain myself. Can't you tell? Michelle Davis-Newell. Thank you, Asada, founder of the Soul for Chicago Book Fair, because had it not been for you, I wouldn't even know this sister, because she's a bad man, madam, and you're going to like her too. But as always, we must start out with sponsorship, because you know we got to pay the bill.
If you're like most small businesses, despite your hard work and rave reviews, you struggle to find new customers or ways to grow your business. Accessing goods and services at the right price is also a challenge. But it doesn't have to be that way. Meet iTex, the small business trading community. As the largest barter network in the country, we help businesses like yours find new customers and grow their bottom line, and find advertising directed towards local families, which he pays for with, you guessed it. When you join iTex, you get access to valuable products and services in hundreds of categories, and we help you along the way with advertising, multiple directory listings, email blasts, trade director assistance, our convenient 24/7 iTex mobile app, and online access on itex.com today by visiting our website or email info@itex.com.
And be sure and get your $100 to go shopping immediately. How is that possible, Zelda? Because it's sponsored by chicago.itex.com and reminding you that you can pay attention or pay cash. I'd rather pay attention. So when you get that promo code ZELDA, ZELDA, you can go shopping right away. Just be sure and tell them I sent you so you can get that $100 and go shopping. Okay? Alrighty, now it is time for your word of the day before we bring on our guests. And today I am taking from May 18th from the book Inspirational Conversations, 365 Days of Empowerment. And it says, people show up in our lives, not only to teach us lessons, but to also help us heal. Ooh, wee. Who's in your life that you're having a challenge with? Someone whom you clearly care for and appreciate, but you'd rather not. Ask not the question, how can I get rid of them? But what is it that I need to look at within me? Talk about some self in perspective. Whew, okay. You know, it's kind of hard to look inside when everything that appears to be going wrong is on the outside. Well, it's only a reflection of what's going on in the inside. How about that? So thank you for the word, for allowing me to share the word with you, as we always share with our ancestors. Because of them, we are here. We are standing on their backs. So I got a little dirt for you this morning. Just always want to be close to nature if you can, because, you know, we live in this concrete jungle and they keep us boxed in. But we find our way to some grass, some dirt, some beach, some air, some sand, some trees, some something, and stay connected to nature. And we give it a little bit of water, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Giving thanks to those who came before me to make my way possible, because all the stuff y'all went through, I'm going through it too, but I know y'all had it a whole lot worse, so I give thanks. Ashe, ashe, yes. And because of them, we can move forward. And right now we're going to move forward with just about 60 seconds of breathing, because sometimes when folks get on our nerves, we have to go with them. And within is a place you want to be when you are challenged mentally, physically, emotionally. And that's what we're going to avoid. So we're just going to take 60 seconds here and we're going to breathe in and breathe out. And when you hear this sound, get out of your to-do list in your head and get back in your heart. Just want you to breathe just for 60 seconds because it resets the system. It calms the system down. When you are agitated, I ain't calling no names. Inhale deeply through the nose. Hold it and then blow it out. See there, you automatically feel. Ugh. Come on, do it with me. Just quickly. Inhale deeply. Through the nose, hold it. And blow it out. Oops. One more time. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And blow it out. Giving thanks for the power of the breath. When we are stressed out, when we are at wit's end, when we just don't even know what to do, we simply do what? We go. And blow it out. And chances are, if you got a little funk on your breath, like you forgot to brush your teeth, had a little garlic, a little onion, they will back up and leave you alone. How about that? And all you have to do is what? Breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. And while you're breathing, giving thanks for the power of the breath, as I bring on a living, breathing soul who is so dynamite. I met this sister and I was like, wow, she is going to be well, she's already a phenomenal woman. She's a phenomenal author. And I want to share with you what Asada, founder of the Soulful Chicago Book Fair, shared with us all. Coming to the stage, one for another phenomenal sister. And that would be Chicago's own Michelle Davis-Newell. Grand Rising, my sister. Grand Rising. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. Girl, let me back it up just a second here because I got to give you what you're supposed to get. So here we go. Grand Rising and welcome to the podium. This is a dynamite sister, and I just want to tell you just a teeny weeny bit. But I guess I should speak to you first before I do all your information. How you doing this morning, sis?
I am doing wonderful. How are you this morning?
I am fantastic because I have you on this platform. When I met you, girl, I was like, I just felt your energy, girl. I felt your energy. When you feel someone's energy, you can't help but to connect with them. I was like, she don't know it, but she gonna be on the female salute.
All right.
Excuse me. So let me tell you a little something about this sister here, because she a bad member jammer, and y'all need to know she ain't just coming up here because she ain't got nothing to do this morning. She's a mother. Tell us who you are, girl. Well, I don't want to leave nothing out.
Yes, well, I am a mother of 4 adult children, and I have
whoa. So you are
a mother of 4 adult children.
Adult children. Grown and gone.
Grown and gone, and I have 6 grandchildren.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And then 4 bonus grandchildren. So I've got the whole.
Okay. You got the whole shebang there. All right.
Yes.
You are blessed beyond measure. So let's jump into this media kit. So for our listeners and viewers who don't know who she is, let us tell you a little bit about Miss Michelle Davis-Newell, who encourages women to look introspectively and root out the underlying causes of their emotional baggage. Oh my God, we're walking around with emotional baggage. Oh my goodness. Highlights the transformative and supportive power found in friendships. Amen. The power of friendship. She emphasizes the importance of understanding mental health and wellness. That's what we're talking about. But let me tell you a little bit about it. Then I'm gonna let you hear from her, because you got to hear straight from the Michelle's mouth, not the horse's mouth. Michelle Davis-Newell, as it is a Chicago native whose love of storytelling was born out of resilience. Childhood bullying drove her to the pages of books and eventually writing her own. She went on to earn a bachelor's of arts and education from Northeastern Illinois University, building the foundation for a life rooted in both learning and narrative. Oh, I love that. That passion for a story led her to publishing, where she brought to life novels, including The Bag Ladies. You know, I love that. The Bag Ladies of Ebondale and In Search of Autumn. Alongside her husband, Michelle co-founded Lake Park Publishing LLC, formerly Scriberate Publishing, and shared a vision for continuing to pull meaningful stories into the world. And if you go down the page, you'll see copies of the book, The Bag Ladies of Evandale. You know, you got to talk about them bag ladies.
Yeah.
Search Autumn, A Red Enough Love, and Day Slippers. Oh my God. So we got the books up here, right? Let's just jump right on into it. You know, I want to talk about The Bag Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come to be? Because everybody loves Erykah Badu's Bag Ladies. I know I do.
Yes. And that was actually an inspiration for the title of the book. So, you know the lyrics, bag ladies, you
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
miss. And so one day, me and my friend, we were driving down the street, and I'm just listening to the words, and I'm like, do you really hear what she's saying? You know, you got so much baggage that it's heavy. You're not going to be able to move. And so we would just, me and my friends, we would talk together. We would dish about boyfriends, relationship issues, all kind of crazy stuff. And one day I told them, I said, you know what, ladies, I'm tired of us just talking about it. Let's come together and let's do something about it. And so we had this meeting, and we did it just one time, where we came together and we dished and we talked, we ate food, we drank wine, and it was a wonderful experience. But after that, I was like, you know what? I think this is something that women need to do collectively. And so me being the creative that I am, I started envisioning what that would look like. And so I pulled together this story of these women who are best friends and who have their own traumas that they've experienced, but they never got any help for them. Because, you know, sometimes women think our help is just talking to each other, just dishing. And that's a form of help. It is, but it's not the necessary root deep help that we need. And so the goal of this book was to make sure that women understand, yes, talking to your friends, you need that support system, but you need something a little bit more than just that. You need to bring someone who has the professional ability to help you dig deep and understand the root of your traumas and your issues. And so putting that story together, putting that book together, it was based off of Erykah Badu's song, but it was also a love letter. A love letter to my sisters, that sisterhood, all of that is needed in order for us to overcome the issues that we're going through. But we have to be intentional also about it. We can't just talk about the problems. We can't talk about the trauma and then just walk away and go back to living life. We have to be able to address those things, but then at some point, we got to be willing to throw it away. Baggage is not meant to be held on to and carried for the rest of your life. You got to discard it, address it, deal with it, but you got to throw it away. And you need to feel comfortable to throw it away. So, yeah.
That is a powerful statement because we think that because whatever went on back there, that was then and this is not. Yeah, it is, but we still carrying it with us, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
clouds our thinking,
yeah,
our ability to be the very best we can because we got all this garbage
yeah.
on our
That's right.
shoulders and our lives. That's why we
Yeah.
do the padding in the morning, to get rid of some of that.
Try to get rid of it. Yeah.
Yeah, move it around. Let that energy flow somewhere on up out of here.
Mhm.
'Cause I need to be,
Yes.
woosah, I need to be on my game. And I can't do that when I got all that bag lady baggage.
That's right.
I
That's right.
want our viewers and listeners who are joining us this morning, tell us before we go to commercial break. Can you name the one person in your life? You don't have to say it out loud,
Mhm.
but is there a person in your life that causes you so many challenges that you have to be something other than you are being your best self? Does it make you step out of character? Because I got somebody in my life who is driving me up the wall. And so this breathing y'all think I'm doing for y'all, I'm doing it for me. All righty. So y'all think about that. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about it. And we'll be right back here on the Female Solution.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness sessions on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit zeldaspeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
And thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution, which airs 7 days a week, 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. And it's from 7 until 8. It's only an hour. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, it is 12 noon. So if you're a fan of The Female Solution, let us know by typing in your information. Yes, I know The Female Solution because you're looking at The Female Solution. She's right here. Her name is Michelle Davis-Newell. If you didn't know, now you know. So you need to forward this video to somebody. So who's the one person in your life that's giving you the blues? While you think about it, I'm going to tell you, man. Yeah, because you beg too much. I'm talking about my niece. I'm not going to call her name, but she know who she is. It's like they never leave home. My sister passed, so I had to raise her kids. So I'm the one that they come to. But it's like, baby, you almost 40. When you going to quit asking me for money? You a grown woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my niece. And I love you. But I love to stay out my pocket too. Okay. All right. So who okay, y'all. So who's giving y'all the blues this morning? Oh, I'm the only one. Oh, okay. And nobody here watching, listen. Ain't nobody got no issues. I'm the only one. Oh, okay. Well, I know Michelle gonna tell the truth. Come on, girl. Tell us.
You know what? Sometimes it can be me.
Girl, you better tell the truth.
Listen, it can be me. Because they always talk about life being the thing that you live. But while you're living it, you're growing, you're learning, and I think that because we are creatures of habit, there are some things that will continue to come up. And I deal with this thing where I don't like calling it imposter syndrome because I think that's an overreach in some things. But as an author, the one thing I always question is my ability, right? I always question, am I good enough? Am I, are my words powerful enough to really strike the chord that they have to. And it takes people like my husband sometimes. He was some of my reviews yesterday, and he's like, you sit up here and you think that you're not making a difference, or you are not, your writing is not where you want it to be, but your readers say something totally different. So it's that constant back and forth. And I have to knock myself upside the head sometimes, like, girl,
okay,
get it together.
Yeah. Self-talk is crucial.
Yeah.
They say you crazy if you talk to people. If you talk to yourself, I don't believe that. I believe that all the answers right here. Sometimes you have to voice them in order for you to hear them, because they're in your head. So I don't care what folks call me crazy, as long as you call me for dinner.
And I know me better than anybody else. So
you better say that. Michelle Blaze. Hey, Michelle. Sometimes it's me. Yes, we are not alone. It's so good to know that Michelle is coming soon on the Female Solution. So look out for her. She a bad mama jamma just like you. Yes, ma'am. So, did I post that up there? I'm so busy saying it, I forgot to show it. Okay, sometimes it's me. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, most of the time is me. I don't want to admit it, but it is what it is. Because when you gotta look at yourself and see yourself as truth, it ain't always a pretty picture.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for reminding me, Michelle. Look, I really needed to know. Anyhow, and that's one of the most challenging things to do, is to admit to yourself that you are not.
Yeah.
Who you think you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And who you think you are has a lot to do with where you are in life, in this country, and your status in life. Because if you work in corporate America, oh my God, so many women have been laid off from corporate America.
Yeah.
And it is a bigger deal than you know, because it's not, it is. Let me play the video. How about that? The video speaks for itself. So I need you all, before I hit this play button, I need you all to share this video, because you got a girlfriend, a sister friend, an aunt, a mother, a cousin. Somebody is going through this, and they need to know that they are not alone. So share this with them as we take a look at an excerpt from one of your books on Davis-Newell.com. Check it out. Yeah.
Held her back board straight in the executive chair on the other side of Kendra Lawson's desk. Her manicured fingers twisted in her lap, clammy, restless. The last time the 32-year-old sat in this office with nerves this frayed was 10 years ago, when Kendra had interviewed her for an entry-level marketing role at Titan & Lewis Media Group. Now, a decade later, she was back in the hot seat. Across the desk was Kendra, the first Black VP at the company. Her black box braids were pinned up into a twist, shiny and unfazed, much like her expression. But her eyes betrayed the weight of what she was about to say.
As your friend and mentor, I wanted to be the one to tell you. This is not an easy conversation to have.
Autumn forced a dry swallow past the lump in her throat. A bead of sweat peppered her forehead as she watched this normally polished and ultra-professional woman struggle to speak.
I want to preface this by saying this has absolutely nothing to do with your performance. You are, without a doubt, one of the most brilliant minds we've ever had in this firm. We've been forced to make some difficult restructuring decisions, effective immediately. The brand and communication strategy division is being dissolved.
The word hit with surgical precision, cold, clinical, irreversible. A decade of relentless climbing wiped out in a single word. It all made sense now. The whispers in the hallway, the sudden shift in the executive team's demeanor, the layoffs that had already sliced through other departments like a silent axe, the firm-wide pivot toward AI-driven branding. She'd hoped that her team would be spared. After all, they were the firm's rainmakers. And until this moment, she was being groomed to lead them.
And me? All roles, current and future, are being eliminated.
Her role, gone. The promotion she'd been promised, Director of Brand and Communication Strategy, gone. She let the sting settle in. Then she exhaled through her nose, slowly and measured.
How long do I have?
2 weeks.
What does the future hold for Autumn?
In Search of Autumn, Book 2 in the Ebondale collection. Now, what is the Ebondale collection?
So the Ebondale collection is a collection of stories about a community, a fictional community called Ebondale.
Okay.
And I modeled that community actually after Bronzeville, which is where I grew up.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, okay, so I've been in Chicago a long time and I ain't never heard of Everdale. So maybe it's just a little bit behind the times. I live on the west side, south side, north side.
Right.
Didn't occur to me that it could have been fictional. Duh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm living and I'm learning. And thank you for addressing that, because what was that we saw in the news recently? Over $350,000, women have been laid off from corporate America. And I hate to say it, but it's a blessing in disguise, because we've been in this matrix for a long time, and we have skills that we have acquired that we can use for businesses, especially in a community.
That's right. That's right.
So what happened to you that you had that insight to make that shift?
To writing, or?
Yes, and all of the above.
Well, for writing, I've been doing that since I was a kid. So just that passion.
How old?
So I first started reading my mom's Harlequin romance novels at about 7. I remember at about 7. And I actually, at about 10 years old, I started writing. And I tell this story, I even put this in one of my bios before, but I actually wrote a letter to Harlequin. I sent them the little story that I wrote. And I was like, could y'all publish my book, please? Because I'm trying to buy my mother a house. I was 10 years old. And but I got a rejection letter, of course. But they encouraged me to continue writing. So I've been writing for a long time, but I decided to make it a professional thing where I could publish myself. Back in 2000, I want to say, when self-publishing really came about. Because I remember people saying to me, like, you have to do all these queries, and you have to query at least, somebody said, 100 times before somebody even picks you up. I'm a stubborn woman. I am a stubborn woman. You're not going to tell me no 100 times, especially when there's an opportunity for me to do it myself. I am the DIY queen. Okay. And so I just decided I'm going to take this upon myself. And so back in 2000, I published my first book. But it wasn't until, I would say, around 2016, 2017, when I decided to really take it serious. That's when I started finishing The Bag Ladies of Ebondale. And then a couple of years ago, my husband was like, you've been sitting on this book. You've been sitting on it. You need to do this. If you're going to do it, you need to do it. So I formulated the publishing company, and then just decided, let's do it. Everything I do is going to come up under my own umbrella. So publishing company. And so The Bag Ladies of Ebondale was born from there. And then the second book, In Search of Autumn, came November. Published that book, and I'm working on the third book in the Ebondale collection now, and it will be out early fall.
All righty now. Well, you got to come back and talk about it now.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Come back. In the meantime, in between time, this is where the after show information will be on our blog at HLN Daily News, which is actually tumblr.com / higher learning TV show. There it is. So I will be posting your updates, all of the information that you shared with the audience this morning, those who may or may have not gotten it. It will be on our blog on tumblr.com higher learning TV show. So you can expect that. Now I want to go back to 1997. I'm sorry, 2000. Was it 2000 that you wrote the book?
Yeah.
Is that right? What were the thoughts that were, especially after your husband told you that, what were the thoughts that were swirling around in your head when he told you you'd been sitting on that for a while and it was time to move forward? How did you handle that?
You know what?
I want you to hold that question. Oops, it's 7:30 because I don't want to be late for my commercial break. So I want people to hear exactly what you got to say. So hold on, and we will be right back because we got some information for you, y'all. Okay, just hold on. Here we go. And this is how I reverse type 2. Wrong. That's the wrong one, child. This the Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1, and 24/7 on the World Wide Web on the Higher Learning Network TV show. Channel 19 in Chicago, but you can always find it here. What you're looking at is the back of our car where we go and feed the homeless every week, sometimes twice a week, because we have been blessed. I've been homeless. We've both been homeless, not together. This was before we met each other. So Spirit put up on me that I need to go continue to feed my folks. So that's what we do. And I just want to share that with you right here. Dr. Lawrence Lenore, for your generosity, for helping us help our unhoused neighbors right here in Chicago. What would we do without you? Don't answer that. Just keep doing what you're doing. Amen. Hey, darling, how you doing? Good morning. We got some goodies for you.
Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you.
Oh, you are quite welcome. Enjoy. And see, that makes our day. When somebody says we appreciate you, that makes our day, because it lets us know that the work that we do is appreciated. And for us not to turn our nose up at people who are living on the street, because in America, that's a big deal. I had no idea that there was so much homeless. Every week we go back, there's more people. Every week, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm sorry, I get a little emotional. Okay. So my thing is not to judge people. We don't judge them. We just feed them. Because at some point in your life, you might be homeless and you might need a meal, because there's a lot of people going to work and they getting off of work. And like the guy who went on social media and told the world that he had been evicted and he was living underneath his office, his cubicle at work. Please tell me this was a young man, bless his heart, but now he's homeless again. And so just say a quiet prayer. Don't judge anybody. Don't turn up your nose at anybody. Just give thanks. That's not you. Say a prayer for them. If you got a candy bar in your pocket, or a bottle of water, a little bitty bottle of water, or take a sandwich with you in the morning, because you throw away a lot of food every day. This is America. We throw away more food than we eat. So I said that to say this. If you would like to contribute, the information is scrolling below. And just remember not to judge them, because you don't know what's in store for you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, back to the show. Thank you so very much for being a part of this show this morning. Thank you, Dr. Lawrence Lenore. Thank you, Mrs. Heidi Lenore. Thank you, Mr. Lucas. Thank you for EAA Chicago, and thank you for Linda Barker. Thank you. These are our continued supporters who always help us find a way, because they always need socks. They always need shoes. A lady came up to me, and two ladies came up to me and had no shoes. So if you can find it in your heart to donate some blankets or a jacket or a coat or something, anything, we'd greatly appreciate it. Just go to higherlearningnetwork.org. All right. So thank you so very much. We greatly appreciate that. And you can always go to my blog too. I keep updates on there, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. Oh, and if you've got comments, we'd love to hear what you have to say. Feel free to put them in there. Naima Latif, executive producer of The Female Solution, says, this is so inspirational. More writers need to take control of their creativity and publish their works themselves. I'm so glad you said that, because just like you got that rejection letter, somebody else is going to get one. And that rejection letter can propel you into the arena of self-publishing, because when I self-published my first book in 1997, I was rejected. I only sent one, and that one was enough for me. So I don't need y'all. I don't need your approval. And self-publishing wasn't popular back then, but I did a little search and self-published my own book. So if we can do it for the person that's looking at this, and you got a story in yourself. Everybody's got a story. If you living and breathing, you got a story. You need to share it, right, Michelle?
That's right. Absolutely.
Tell that story.
Well, I mean, you're right. And that's what happened for me. My husband. So I had a tragic death in the family, and that kind of, that was my brother. Oh, and he disappeared. Huh?
What was his name? What is his name?
Darrell Davis.
Darrell is an ancestor with us this morning. Thank you, Darrell.
He went missing, and later found out that he had been killed. And that kind of took the sting of writing away from me, because he was one of my biggest supporters. He was one of my biggest supporters. And so I kind of went within myself. I just shut down. I couldn't write for years. And then finally, my husband was like, you got this story sitting out there. You need to do something with it. And interestingly, before he told me that, I had a dream that some women, I'm standing doing something, and there are some women behind me not noticing me, and they were like, have you heard of the bag ladies? Have you heard of the bag ladies? And I'm like, hey, that's me. I wrote that. And they were like, girl, have you heard it? And so when he said that to me after that dream, I was like, okay, I hear you. It's time. And so that's what happened. We sat down, we pulled together a plan, created the publishing company, and we were like, let's go, let's make it happen. And so I've been rolling ever since. So
when you created that publishing company, what were some of the roadblocks that you experienced that made you think, well, maybe this is not what I really want to do?
None. So at that point, I already knew that I wanted to do this, and we did our research, found out what we needed to do to create it. Illinois makes it so easy for you to create your LLC. But it was really just having the knowledge, and with information at our fingertips today, that was one of the easiest things to do, and one of the easiest decisions to make. And I have no regrets. There is, and you know what, I had to ask myself a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact, if somebody came to me and asked, we'll bring you under our umbrella, would I walk away from publishing my own, or would I go up under someone else's umbrella? And you know what? As long as God keeps a roof over my head and keeps a job for me to go to, I would rather stay under my own umbrella than go up under somebody else's, because I'm relinquishing my power. I'm relinquishing the ownership of my intellectual property. And I'm sorry, I love what I do a little bit too much to give someone else my power and then 70% of my money. So
Oh, 70%.
because listen, when you get those royalties, the first thing a publishing company will do when they bring you on, if they give you an advance, you will not see a royalty check until that advance is paid off. And then even when you start collecting your royalties, you're only getting, and sometimes it depends on, you know, how good you are, but you may get 10 to 15% royalty, you know.
Wow. Pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar. I mean, and to be honest with you, it's not 100% better when you're self-publishing, because you still have to give, you know, the companies that distribute your book their cut, but you're still getting more than you would if you were under someone else's publishing house. So
You own it.
And you own it.
You own it, like Michael Jackson did the Sony library. That
you own it. You own your rights. Yes.
Wow. No, and they don't want you in the position of power. That's a power move.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they will do anything they can to stop it.
And then and then not only stop you, but kind of stymie your voice. You know? Because the way I write my stories, they are unapologetically Black. And I'm not willing to tone that down to appease anyone. So
Amen. I thank you for having the fortitude to have that within you, to say that, to think that, to be that, and to move on that. Karen Allen from New York City says, amen, amen, amen. Because if you let this evil world take what your ancestors gave you to do, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to need a whole lot of help, more help than you got right now.
That's right.
So I want to thank you for being the listening ear and moving forward in that, because there's only one you, and there's nobody that can tell your story just like you.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
What are some of your greatest challenges in the effort to get the word out about the multitude of information that you have available?
You know what? It's just getting people's ear, because right now attention deficit syndrome, I think, is at an all-time.
Are you serious?
Yes. So it's getting people's attention and then keeping that attention. But because people are pulled here and there with information, you know, and so you almost have to find your own lane so that people can say, okay, this looks different. Let me check this out, you know, because there's so much competition out there. So many things that are taking people's attention away. And then especially when it comes to the writing world, you have so many different genres, you have so many different platforms out there. But one thing I will say about that, in terms of, you know, there's a 1,000,001 authors out there, but readers are not a monolith. Readers love reading different genres. They love different voices. So as long as you have something to give people, as long as you have something to share, and you make people feel something, you got them. You got them. So.
Yeah. It's all about that emotion. Thank you, Karen. Yes, it's all about that emotion. When you are invested emotionally, things change.
Yes.
Things happen. You'll find yourself in a place that feels good, like a good butter cookie. That's a better word, because you know everybody loves butter cookies.
I love me some butter cookies.
Please, I remember days when that's how I became a diabetic. I mean, that's all I would eat was sugar, because it's like, I would give me butter cookies, some German chocolate cake. I know it's too early in the morning to be talking about sugar, but I just thought I'd share that before we take our last break here on the Female Solution. I would like for you to pose a question to our viewing audience, and I want them to think about that as we go into this commercial break. So what would you say to those who are listening who might be on the brink of moving forward in their lives as it relates to writing and publishing? What would you say to them? And when we come back, we'll have you answer that question. So y'all stay close, and we will be right back here on the Female Solution. Okay, we'll be right back.
And you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network.
Hi, I'm Brandon. Hi, I'm Akil. And you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Those are our dynamite little students from the Betty Shabazz International Charter School. I think just lovely. They're phenomenal children, and they teach me so much. I think we went there to teach them podcast. The child, they taught me so much I didn't want to know. Anyway, Asada, thank you, Asada says. So check this out.
Great day. It's your girl Asada here to introduce a new female solution show called Asada Says. That's right. Every month we're going to talk about everything I am, from cryptocurrency and financial security to good health and parenting strategies. Come on and talk with me every Tuesday morning from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. And let's do that thing the way Asada says it should be done. See you then. Peace, right here on the Female Solution.
Thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution. I got a bomb, as the children say. I know that's outdated, the bomb.com. I don't know what they say now. Michelle Davis-Newell. She is here with us in the flesh, baby. She is breaking it down. This is a woman who has published so many books, she can't even keep up with them. And she's trying to help you do the same. So you need to connect with this sister, because she's a bad man, Majama. And she's so bad. I got to go back to her books, because you need to know this is the lady that you need to tell folks about, because this is her contact information. And it's just, I think it's wonderful. I want you to, before you go, we got about 10 minutes here. I want you to touch on A Real Enough Love and them Ruby Slippers. Come on now, you got to talk about that, girl.
Okay, so I'll start with Ruby Slippers. That is actually a personal memoir, and that was a love letter to myself. Because, you think about all the things that you've experienced in life. And one of the things that I wanted people to know is that no matter what you've gone through, you're not alone. And this was my way to do that. But in order for me to encourage someone else, I had to love on myself. Wow. And telling my story, talking about what happened to me, and it almost goes in chronological order. That was my form of therapy, I guess you could say. And so, yeah, it was just unleashing all of that burden, all of that stress, all of that trauma. And I poured that into Ruby Slippers. And then A Real Enough Love, this is a novella, so it's not a full-length novel. And it was my chance to really tell a story about an author who has gone through a lot of emotional, crazy stuff in relationships. And so her best friend challenged her one day. She was like, girl, look, you write stories. Why don't you write The Perfect Man? But she was just joking with her. But she did. But it's the power of the pen that transformed this man into her life. So she wrote the perfect character. And through some form of magic, she said, please help. Through some form of magic, this person manifested into real life. And
wow.
Every desire she's ever had for a man who can cook, a man who can clean, a man who can dance, a man who just, who loves music. Every desire she had for the perfect man was poured into that character, and that character walked off the screen. Here's the thing, though. She wasn't ready for him. Because as much as she wanted what she put out there, when she got it, she wasn't even ready for it. So she rejected it.
Oh.
Yeah. So sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for, honey, because the universe just may give it to you. And if you ain't ready for it, you can lose it. So
wow, why you all up in my business, girl? Why you put my business out there like that? I ain't bring you on here to tell I'm a business girl. You ain't have to be like that. You ain't got to let everybody know all my business. Clip that! Oh, I just had to say it. Okay. We got a few more minutes here. Girl, what's with the ruby slippers? What's with the ruby slippers?
Yeah, so that's the personal memoir. That's the one where I told my story, my personal story. Yeah. That's meant to encourage others to just look within and find themselves.
Girl, finding yourself is a 24/7 job.
Yes, it is.
Just when you think you know something, you discover that you really don't know anything. You mean I got this PhD, this BA, this MA, this AA, DA, DA? All that they taught me is nothing compared to what the Creator gives you, what the ancestors will share with you. That's why we do that ancestor salute in the morning. So it is imperative that you connect with those who can help you rise, as Dr. Maya Angelou would say. And we shall rise. And we have to, because if we don't, those that are under us coming up, they won't know what to do.
That's right.
So what do you say to the energy that is within you that is trying to express itself, and you just may not have the courage to move forward? How do you handle that?
Well, you have to understand your motivation. So, it's why do I want to do this thing, whatever it is, whether it's writing, no matter what it is, what's your motivation for wanting to do that thing? And once you understand your motivation, then that will be the thing you need to move forward. Because if you don't understand your motivation of why you're trying to do a thing, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to have the energy. You're not going to have the desire to move forward. Once you understand your motivation, it's easy.
How do you get that understanding?
You have to search within. You have to talk to yourself. Remember, we talked about that. You have to talk to yourself. And
say that, girl.
Yeah, you got to talk to yourself. What do you want? What are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to do? What happens to you if you don't do that thing? Are you going to be able to live with yourself, or are you going to have regrets? So you got to have the conversation with yourself.
And how many of us live in regret? And how many of us listen to other people who talk to themselves and we see them as cuckoo? No, it was explained to me that sometimes when people talk to themselves, they are on another vibration. They're on another frequency. And if you are not on that frequency, you are going to judge them as they go up.
That's right. That's right.
And your responsibility is to yourself to not judge them, but to connect, to get to their level of thinking. Zelda, you crazy. Child, it's crazy people. Yeah, that might be true too, but you have to listen with a discerning ear.
Yeah, that's right.
And how do you do that? When everything is screaming to you, they crazy.
You gotta shut those voices out.
How do you shut those voices out?
Talk louder.
Oh, say that. Say it out loud.
That's
I'm
it.
crazy and I'm proud. No,
there you go.
You ain't gotta say you crazy because somebody gonna already tell you that. Sometimes we have to go outside of our heads in order to get inside of our heads. And not everybody's going to understand that or overstand that or understand that, because we are still operating in the system that we've been brought up under. And the system is slowly but surely sinking.
Yes.
Now, I want to share with you very quickly something I learned. I've been knowing about REIT for a very long time. I sold real estate 40 years ago. And that's when I learned about real estate investment trust, which was never available to the general public if you didn't know somebody. Now that's all the ads you see on TV. I said, "Oh, y'all in trouble now, so you want to invite us in?
Take some, bring everybody else in.
You want to bring somebody else in on the losing tip? No, not when the money was flowing. You want to bring it in when the money is decreasing. Okay, so you have to pay attention to the subtle signs and stay off of these electronic equipment. Don't pick up your phone first thing in the morning when you get up. That's you and your ancestors' time. You've been asleep all night. You've already connected with them. You can't hear them, and when you pick this up, you can't because they ain't into this. They're into the heart spirit. And that's where you connect with them. I have a conversation every morning. If you're not having a conversation with Big Mama, Uncle Ben, whoever, you need to sit down and write a letter.
Yeah.
Whatever's on your heart, it needs to come out. If you're too afraid to be vocal with it, that's why they make pen and paper, which they've taken out of school incidentally, because they don't want us to know the power of the pen and paper. So don't be so hard on your children because they're still learning as you are. And I'd like for you to give a closing thought to our viewing and listening audience before you leave us today.
You know what? If it's in you, you can do it. that's if that thing is in you, no matter what it is, you say, you know what? I want to start a cooking channel, or I want to write a book, or I want to start this business. Honey, if it's in you, like the Reverend used to say, what Jesse Jackson used to say, if you can dream it, you can achieve it.
That's right.
So just do it. There's so much information at your fingertips. You can do it. If it's in you can do it.
And if it's in you, it's been put there for a reason.
That's it.
And a season. And sometimes you will blow your season by not doing it when it was given to you. I ain't talking about you. I'm telling my own business. Okay. All right. But anyway, the information that she shares with us today will also be on my blog, which is eldaspeaks.wordpress.com. And there she is with her beautiful self. And there's a whole lot of information. I update it all the time because there's just so much information. Last week was the Gray Hair Chronicles. That was an interesting show. Just Dynamite Sisters on here. So there's just and the sister who coached Michael Jackson. Biopic. She was the voice coach, vocal powerhouse, Stephanie Sproul. Well, there's just tons of information on it. So be sure and share it. And because all of that information will be on the blog. So I want to thank you, Michelle. May you continue to do the great work that you do. Showing the sisters, as Karen said, help! Showing the sisters, all your information will be on our blogs. We appreciate you. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and just give us 10 seconds to that person who's looking in the camera and they're afraid to move forward. What do you say to them?
Get up, baby. Get up. Do it. You can do it. If it's in you, like the sister said, it's been put in you. The ancestors got a plan for you, honey. Do it. We need you.
Oh, I love that. We need you. So we need you to do what you need to do.
That's right.
See you back here tonight at 7:00 on The Female Solution. And tomorrow morning, Asada Says right here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. Make it a great. Remember to do something special for yourself, like kiss yourself. How about that? Make it a great day. We'll see you tonight at 7. Love, peace, and hair grease. Okay, now of course, see, we up here. You showing out. You don't want to play. What's up with that? Okay, don't make me spank you when we got comment. Oh, we got a comment anyway. Karen Allen says, outstanding show. See, I wasn't supposed to do that just then. She says,
see, there you go.
I love the new look. That's why I didn't get all bent out of shape. And yes, thank you. And in the words of Baba Kwame Sunhorse, an elder who is often with us here on the show, he says, thank us as in universal spirit. Y'all have a great day.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, zhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
Beautiful morning, oh what a beautiful day. I got a wonderful feeling, there's a handsome man coming my way. Oh, there is a handsome man coming my way. Hi there, what's your name?
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Tony. And what I want you to do for me is, if you have Xfinity TV, tune in to the Higher Learning Network Tuesdays at 6 p.m., Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Xfinity TV channel 19. Peace out.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, zhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, Ngiyabonga. Senegal, Jaref. Kenya, Asante. Israel, Toda. Pakistan, Shukriya. Afghanistan, Tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.